All right, I am here with Cassandra, aka Cass. She doesn't like it when I call her Cassandra. And probably one of the most important conversations of the day for me, and I think the most important to clients because your role is very integral. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what it is you're doing, and we'll kind of just go from there.
So I do permits and processing. So I take invoices that come in from any kind of trade, make sure that they get paid by the client over to the tradesman, keeps everybody happy. And then on top of that, I work with permits and getting building permits approved, septic permits approved, entrance permits approved, any kind of permit that has to deal with the project moving forward.
Wow, I'm sure that's a big piece.
It takes a lot of work.
Takes a lot of work.
And patience.
Tell me about your process, and let's stay focused on permits for the first part, because I think what it is you do for Barndo Co and clients, and helping them facilitate what
Majority
needs
permits
to be done of the project cost is very important to the client. But we wouldn't get to build if we didn't have permits.
This is true.
So, what is a permit? How do we get it? What's typically involved, and what do we need?
So normally we start off with getting an authorization so we can act on behalf of the client with the township. After that, once it gets to my section, I've already kind of looked into the property as far as zoning, conservation, floodplains, setbacks, any municipal rules that have to be followed. From there, we start doing a site plan, and that allows other trades to be able to know where things are going. So we start that off at first, because that way we can hand it over to the project management team. They can send it off to everybody who needs it. And then from there, we start diving into necessities. So like stamped drawings, slab drawings, which are foundation drawings, anything else that that specific municipality is going to need.
For the permit?
Yeah.
Okay, loaded question. How long does it take to get a permit?
It can be as quick as 3 days, or it can be as...
3 days. Have you had a permit issued in 3 days?
I have.
Oh.
I have.
I'm not even sure I knew that.
Yes.
So that makes me even more happy.
They're my easy ones.
How long can it take?
Months. It can take months if we need to do minor variance, which is because you don't meet municipal setbacks from the property lines. It's basically asking the town for permission for you to build that far, or that close to the property line, sorry. And then it can also be just the way that the municipality happens. If there is floodplains or conservation, then you need to go through meetings for that, which can take up to 90 days.
So it's kind of, it's open-ended. Might be quick, could be long based on the individual property, which is a big unknown for our clients, is the land, which is why it's valuable to have you to look and assess what that is to make sure if we have a viable project. What's an extraordinary instance that you've run into as far as the permit process for one of our clients?
For difficulty?
Yes.
It's going to have to probably be floodplains, dealing with floodplaining. Rules are constantly changing from
what is a
month to
floodplain?
month. Basically, they're concerned that you're within an area that could have a potential of flooding. So you have two different things. You have a floodway and you have a flood fringe. And a flood fringe is basically like a warning, whereas you could potentially be within flooding area, or a floodway is an absolute no-go. Your land is some point guaranteed to flood at some point.
Yep. So who are you dealing with in the municipalities?
The planning department, mostly. They're the ones that are going to help you guide through all of the floodplaining and zoning and setbacks. And then when it comes to the actual submission or any questions about the permit, then it's the building department or the CBO.
Does your job end when you get the permit? I got the permit. Okay, I know I'm done. So is that it? You get the permit and...
No, we have mandatory inspections that we have to do as well throughout the steps, that because they do pertain to my permit and my permit maintaining active and in good faith, then I always book those.
We need to meet needs in order to get to the final stages in occupancy. Is there talk about a little bit about the municipalities. Is there some that are easier to work with, or there's some that are more technologically advanced, or
there's
some that are harder? Is there one that's harder to work with?
Yeah, so I think the easiest one that I've dealt with so far has been Temiskaming Shores, which is a small little area. They've been easy peasy. They were my 3-day turnaround.
Simple permit process.
Very simple.
That's north. That's way north.
Yeah.
Further north you get.
Usually the easier it gets, but
What did
not
they
always. Site plans, stamped plans, and authorization. So very
I wish
simple.
it was always like that. Okay.
Yeah, and then as far as difficulty, we're looking at probably Minden Hills. They have a lot of rules, regulations, specific
Requirements.
setbacks, requirements. A lot of that area is very rocky, can be very wet, which brings in conservation and floodplaining.
Interesting. So they're all different, which brings each individual circumstance of each individual permit to be dynamic. It's different every
Unique,
time.
yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the job?
Consistently talking to new people, I think, and building relationships with people in power at those municipalities. A majority of people can be very, very nice, and that's what's worked well
Positive.
with me.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it just takes a lot of patience.
I thought you were going to say getting permits approved. Like
That is pretty nice. That is pretty nice.
Because let's talk about that. Are permits getting approved for barndominiums? Like
Yeah, all the time. Weekly, we probably have at least a new permit being submitted, and then it takes a couple weeks to get it back. Sometimes 3 days. Again, sometimes can be a couple months.
And
But
if the township comes back, it's typically something about the package. It's not necessarily because it's a barndominium.
yeah, no, it's
Right?
not the barndominium at all. It's
They may require
It's mostly
further-
going to be wanting extra detail
Yep.
on making sure that it's structurally sound because barndominiums are so new. Crafting an entire building out of steel for residential purposes instead of commercial really throws them for a loop sometimes. So
Love
they just
it.
want to verify that it's strong.
Yep. As far as your department and what you're doing, there's a little bit extra talk, a little bit about your interaction with clients and what you're helping them facilitate in the project management aspect.
It's it takes a lot of patience and understanding with clients to be able to make sure that they understand the complete and full process going into it, that there is no confusion. So it's just taking that extra time to make sure that everybody's well understood.
What's the best achievement or in the permit realm that you've seen come to fruition we started here and we had to do this and we made it happen?
We started off with what we thought would be very simple. A couple of people took land from their parents. Their parents gifted it to them, and it ended up having to be a minor variance.
Yep.
So they ended up building a home, or they're in the process of building a home for them and their parents, separated by a garage in the middle, which is a great idea. And because they're too close to those property lines, we went through a minor variance, which took months. That got approved. The township's amazing to work with, and now we're just waiting on their building permit to come
Amazing.
back this week.
It's very rare you hear positive stories about townships and municipalities. It always seems to be pretty negative. Is there anything in your role that you could improve or could help with the clients?
I think I'm pretty diligent as far as making sure that everybody is well understood and
Yes,
understanding
you're very
everything that's
diligent.
there.
I'll sit Cass on you. She's
Yeah,
the pit bull.
I try and be very diligent in making sure that everybody knows what's going on to avoid confusion, especially because this might be their first time building a home, but it's probably their first time ever building a barndominium. So there's a lot more that goes into it than a typical regular home.
What's the best thing about your barndominium or about your role?
I think just being able to talk to new people every single day, and every build is different. Even if it's from the same municipality, every property is different.
That's been consistent today
Yeah.
too. Everyone wants something a little bit different, or every day it's something different. It's never the same thing.
Yeah.
What's the best thing about working at Barndo Co?
Just the family dynamic of it. We're all really, really close, and we all joke around a lot, and we're all kind of there for each other if you need each other.
Are you telling me you're not doing much over there? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
and that's another thing that's funny. This is completely unscripted, really. I mean, but that's something that was unanimous through everybody's answer to that question.
Yeah, which is great.
Was-
It's a great place to be.
100%. So you're doing a great job helping us, helping our clients, getting permits, staying on the municipalities, making us accountable for the deliverables that you need, because there's a lot of deliverables up front that need to be met in order for you to pull your permit.
Yeah.
And then that's when buckets go in the ground and we go into production actually building. So you
That's
play
right.
a very integral role. We're going to be happy that you're bringing new life into the world, but we're going to be
Yes,
sad to see
exciting.
you go in a month.
I will be back.
I cannot wait.
I will definitely be back.
Excellent. Go Team Barndo.
Go team.